Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome back for the first time to the first official broadcast coming to you live straight from the Bros Talk MMA channel. I'm your host, Utica, undeniably the illest cat around, aka Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick. I'm here with my bro host extraordinaire.
You know what it is. It's RayBucks. It's Chuckle Jordan. It's Mr. Give me my belt. Hand me my crown. Greatest has done it this entire fucking year. Mr. 60% overall. 100 plus fights over the top. Coming off the top rope. Me.
It is him, folks. It is him. Once again, this is our first official live broadcast from the Bros Talk channel. So first off, we want to thank all 50 subscribers that got us here to this point. It's been a great year. Looking forward to what 2025 has to bring. But yeah, we just want to give y'all a recap and just a wrap up of how, 2024 went. Everything from starting the channel to just our thoughts and hopes, for what's going to happen UFC wise coming in 2025. So yeah, I mean, first off, I guess the best way to start things off is how was your experience, with Bros Talk MMA? How'd you feel about the journey we've been on with this show?
It's been a super enjoyable experience. I think the whole journey has made me a better, and a better fan, a bigger fan. Um, it's one thing to bet on fights. You know what I mean? When like okay, you got money to lose for sure. You know what I mean? There's that. Um, but when you also have the ability to possibly lose other people money or you know what I mean, just look like a clown out here in these streets. You know what I mean with bad picks. Um, that's a whole nother pressure that's put on you. In addition to that, I think as a casual better, I think I was a casual fan at the start of all this. That I bet based on a fighter's last fight versus their body of work. Now I'm looking at their entire body of work. I'm looking at, you know what I mean, what they do as a fighter, whether they're a striker, whether they're a grappler, whether they're a submission specialist, um, whether they have a gas tank or whether they're a first round knockout artists, or just first round artists in general, or are they decision machines? Um, I've learned a lot more, again, which has made me a better fan, and just more of a student of the sport, to be honest with you.
I feel you. I'd probably have to just piggyback, to be totally honest. Doing this has definitely shown me how much of a casual fan I actually was prior to starting this channel. I actually thought that I followed the sport pretty closely, had a pretty good idea of the fighters on the roster and how they, like to fight and how they would match up against opponents. And to be totally honest, I had no idea. And yeah, it just proved to me that I had a lot of biases that I needed to set aside, and just in general, just fandom of the sport, in order to be able to, make a quality pick and, be able to deliver for you guys week after week. I really had to start, setting some things aside that decisions and ideals that I normally have, going into a lot of these fights. I really had to just, wipe the slate clean and really look at it down the middle. And I think that it definitely helped, me with my pick percentage over the course of the year. I feel like it got better as time went on. Definitely wish I could have, dialed in a little bit sooner so that bro wouldn't have pulled out 14 fights ahead of me and took the title for this year.
Let's talk about that for just a
By
second, though. Sorry to interrupt you, but
by default, you
I
got the all-time title.
I feel like at some point, or actually not at some point, at the beginning of the year, there was something you said that you believe in your heart of hearts.
Hey, if you
That
would have if you would have told me at the beginning of the year that this guy would fucking beat me over the course of a year picking fights which by default gives him the all-time title at this point, I would have laughed in your fucking face. I would have pointed at you and I would have fucking started tearing up at the amount of laughter that would have came my way for you to even think such a ridiculous thought. But here we are today. So once again,
True shit.
before 2024 wraps up, I just want to again congratulate my bro, RayBucks, on being the 2024 Picks champion. Not only being the Picks champion, but maintaining over 60 percentile in wins. And just dominating for a large majority of the year. That by default makes him, at this time, currently, as you watch this, the all-time picks leader. But you got what, you got 1 day left in the year. And then 2025 comes, and it's a brand new year, baby. Brand new fights, brand new cards, and an opportunity for your boy to not only capture that title, but to then recapture my rightful place as the all-time picks leader. I think where you were able to get ahead of me at is because I'm busy, producing the show and, editing and, all these other things, that it didn't allow me the time to actually really dig in and make sure that, I was making these quality picks.
I just want you guys to realize you guys are listening to you're listening to an arch nemesis like villain story right here. Like that's what's happening right now. Like he got beat up for an entire year. Now he's getting ready to become Venom or any, you know what I mean? Insert a goddamn villain arch nemesis in here.
Just know, bruh, going forward, like I said, I let my humbleness get the best of me. Bro started, making picks, all that good shit, started, getting ahead and everything like that. But nah, bruh. This year, I don't care if I'm down 100 fights. I'm still acting like it's day one. No more Mr. fucking Nice Cam. Any picks, analysis, opinions, or anything expressed by yours truly here, if you don't like it, I don't give a fuck. Guess what? It doesn't fucking matter because at the end of the day, I know what I'm talking about. So I need to just go ahead and just start showing y'all what it really is instead of, putting on my host cap and, trying to be, Mr. Call it down the middle, and give people their flowers. It ain't happening this year. You're getting fucking smoked. I just want you to know that. You're getting smoked in 2025, my G.
I don't fucking believe that shit. Like, I don't know that you believe that shit. I think deep down in your heart you realize I'm the GOAT. You know what I mean? You're Pippen. I'm Jordan. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Pippen's not a bad player. He just isn't Jordan.
You're a bitch ass nigga. Let's just start with that first. All right. Let's just fuck it. Before 2025 even gets here, just know you're a bitch ass nigga. You got lucky. You ain't gonna get nowhere near that amount of wins ahead of me ever again. Not only am I going to beat your ass in 2025, I'm gonna reclaim my title, and then I'm never looking back. From then on.
Reclaim, you never had the title. You never was a champ. You never was the one. You never was the GOAT.
The first 3 cards or so, I was ahead. Or even let's
never was. Card number 1, you lost that one.
I don't believe that.
We can look it up, but I'm pretty sure.
I don't believe that.
I think you won one of the first 3 cards, and I'm pretty sure I won the first 2. But you know what I mean? Now, we would have to look back into the archives of my winning. You know what I mean? It's way back there. The few times I've ever fucking lost. But, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I understand.
Hey, once again, going into 2025, may the best picks win. I'm going to bust your ass. But that's another story for another time. Real quick.
Beat your fucking ass.
Who are some of your favorite fighters this year?
Favorite fighters this year? I mean, as a casual MMA fan or watcher or however you want to put that, Alex Pereira, right? Poetan.
Poetan.
He's the man. Like,
Definitely.
he has shown up and just made some of the most shitty cards exciting, just because of his one fight. Um, he's solid. I can't. There's nothing you can say about him. That's bad, other than the fact that he has no grappling. I mean, I'll say that. But very exciting fighter, knockout artist, in epic fashion.
There's an argument that a lot of people are making for Ilya Topuria being 2024 fighter of the year.
Fuck him. There's no way that's my fighter of the year.
Yeah.
Again, my fighter of the year. Yeah, it's got to be Alex. I mean, it's got to be Alex because he's literally shown up on short notice to championship fights. How do you make a fucking argument against that? I got a couple other guys in there. Michael Morales is another knockout artist, super monster fighter. He has to also work on his grappling because he looks a little suspect at times. Again, hasn't lost this year, but looks suspect on his grappling at times. Yusuf Zalal, coming back into the UFC out of going through Spartan MMA or something like that in Colorado, where he literally fought 4 fights in the same day, and then was able to get back in the UFC and then make a name for himself and turn the corner and flip that switch and make himself like just a super well-rounded, dope fighter that knows that he's ready to end fights, and just be great. Like,
He made me a believer.
Absolutely.
He made me fucking eat fucking crow a couple times before I finally, was able to get a dub fucking with him. So, salute to Yusuf Zalal, definitely.
but your
a
boy went
comeback
with him right
fighter.
away. You know what I mean? Just so you're aware.
No,
you know what I mean?
You were on the train early. I got on late.
Also, I've got Black Danny Trejo, Marcus McGee, Mr. Knife Fight in the Alley, even though apparently he's a nice guy that has a cooking show and shit, but looks like he fucks people up in dark alleys. But apparently he doesn't. Apparently he's just a good dude. You know what I mean? Family man, whatever.
Yeah. Well, I seen that one's went to some country concert with a cowboy hat.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, my last person that I've got to give big ups to as one of my favorite fighters of the year, favorite female fighters of the year, is Shi Ming.
She only had one fight this year.
I don't give a fuck. She was my favorite because she beat the shit out of that chick and then like was sad about it, but like sad in like a serial killer way. Like, I could have beat her worse, but I did it. You know what I mean? And like, she's like micro mini, like, just very cute. Like, she should be doing like Hello Kitty fucking commercials or something. Like, she's supposed to just be doing like the little and like smiling. You know what I mean? But she's not doing that. She's a doctor who beats the shit out of people and then feels bad about it because they know what kind of trauma they're gonna go through. Like, that is craziness, bro. And then her family doesn't even know that she beats people up. Like, that was another wild ass thing. And that was like my only thing that I liked about the Macau card. Like, fuck that Macau card, and we'll get into that later. But yeah, Shi Ming is going to be great, and I hope she does great in the UFC.
No, definitely. I mean, I would say running down the line, some honorable mentions. Diego Lopez for sure, definitely is one of my favorite fighters.
Stupid haircut. I don't like it.
Definitely, carried momentum from 2023 into 2024. You got Chepe Mariscal, my man.
Young Chepe.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Always
sir.
bet on Chepe.
Shout out to Renato Moicano, Money Moicano.
Okay. Yeah, I can get behind that.
Definitely. Charles Oliveira, ended the year out strong. We got Aljamain Sterling, he didn't win his last fight, but he definitely put on a good performance. Showed that he belongs, at the top of the featherweight division. And just like watching him actually outside of the cage more so has made me a fan of him rather than, his in the cage work. We got Marab, became a champion this year.
Davashvili.
Stepped up his social media game, all that shit is definitely uh just just a good dude. Rob just is like good energy. I mean more so than watching him fight, which is he's a fucking maniac when he fights. He can chain wrestle for 5 rounds plus. Just a good dude. I just think he's just a good guy and is, definitely deserving of, all that he's accomplished. We got the Raw Dog from fucking Denver, Colorado. Shouts out Brandon Royval. Definitely.
I'm sorry, my bro. I bet against you this year. And that shit bit me in the ass. So, you know what I mean?
Me too.
I should have, you know what I mean? I should have gone with you over Brandon Moreno, but
I'm pretty sure I seen him outside of a Buffalo Wings and things on Colfax. And like I wanted to say something to him, but it was Colfax, so it's like, cats are already kind of skittish out there and shit. So I just kind of just kept it pushing, but I'm pretty sure that I seen him outside of the wing spot, getting some fire ass wings, by the way. But yeah, run down with Pantoja, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez, Yasmin Lucindo, Jasmine Jazz the Vicious, Steve Garcia, Joe Anderson Britu. These were, just people that I enjoyed watching fight this year. So, shouts out to them. On the other side of that coin, though, who were some of the fucking whacker fighters of 2024?
That bitch ass nigga that bit another man. Like, what the fuck is that, bro? You gonna bite another man on the arm, you fucking clown? Like,
you ain't rocking with Igor da Silva.
I am not rocking with Igor da Silva. Shouts out to my man
y'all
that
were
got
on the streets though, and like, y'all were getting, outnumbered or something.
on the streets. You know what I mean? I've never bit anybody on the streets. You know what I mean? But I'm saying like, I could understand it on the streets, my nigga. But like, you're in the cage. If you're in the cage, you know what I mean. You know what you're supposed to be doing.
He wasn't even losing. That's what I think is the weird part. Like he wasn't winning right at that moment, but he also wasn't like losing the fight all that. Like I think the fight was still up for grabs. And even in the moment when he did it, it wasn't like he was in this adverse position. It wasn't like Lima was like had him fucked off or anything like that. It was just like all of a sudden, he had him in like a front headlock and homeboy just started biting him.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Crazy. I didn't like it. I think that's a bitch ass move, a bitch ass shit. So like, I can't be on board with Igor da Silva. Also, he's not in the UFC anymore because of that. So you know what I mean. We don't got to talk about him anymore. But like, this is his little thing I can talk about.
Well, it was a late entry, super late entry on his part, but somehow, Kron Gracie, my guy, what the fuck was that? I mean, a long layoff, you come back, and then that's what you decide to do. That shit was...
What it was super disrespect to his family, bro. Like he should not even be called a Gracie anymore. Call a sissy. It should be Kron Sissy. From now on, bro. Like,
that shit was just, oh my God. Like, he already wasn't doing well for himself, and then that shit just sealed the deal. Like, I'm
not a fan, bro.
I'm not trying to hate on any man's opportunities, but if he ever gets another UFC fight, bro,
he will never get another UFC fight. I guarantee it.
That shit was crazy.
That shit was trash.
Claudio Puelles, I mean, another grappler just that looked terrible. Jamie Pickett, Phil Hawes, Antonio Tricali, Malcolm fucking Gordon.
That motherfucker.
Herbert Burns. And me personally, like Cal Machado's smiling stupid ass. And then, yeah, I mean, Colby Covington just talks too much shit. Needs to give up the stick, bruh. It's played. It's over. Let's try something new. Let's maybe turn baby face this year, or let's not fight, in the UFC anymore. Maybe you're just maybe you're middle of the road dude now. Maybe fighting at the top of the division just ain't it no more for you. But you gotta stop, bruh, because you run your mouth too much, and then even afterward, you're still, just it's crazy. It's crazy. And also Ian Gary, I know people, feel like his stock rose after the Shavkat fight, and yeah, I mean, like he definitely, did his thing, but that didn't make him any more likable to me. And I don't fuck with Ian Gary. So, I would definitely say it's a list of my wackest fighters of the year. I don't know if I said Montserrat Rendon. She fucking is a snoozer. A good portion of these folks are just crotch sniffers who don't do anything once they realize that they can't get the grappling enacted. So, I guess I can't. I mean, they're the wackest fighters of the year in my opinion. So I'm not gonna say shout out, but this shit. I hope not to see y'all in 2025. That's all I'm gonna say.
I hope to see y'all get fucking K'd or submitted in 2025. Like, sure, show up. Actually, I hope to see you because like it's easy to bet against your dumb ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, show up so I know to bet against Kron Gracie, Ian Gary. Well, maybe not Ian Gary, but Colby Covington, Machado, all these motherfuckers. Like, easy money. You know what I mean? For in a betting aspect, cool. Show up. I want all you on the same card, so I can just mash it.
I mean, okay, on the road.
Super parlay.
On the road to potential whackness, who would you say are some of the overrated fighters, that you feel got headlines this year?
Bo Nickel. Bo Nickel is mad overrated in my opinion. It just is what it is.
They're talking about the rapper Danny Brown. Yo, shouts out Luke Casillo. Comment, he said, guy in the shades better have a good Danny Brown impression.
Bro, I don't even know who the fuck that is, to be honest with you. Who the fuck was I thinking?
Blunt after blunt after blunt after blunt after blunt. That's some real Danny Brown shit. But no, Danny Brown's dope. Shouts out Danny Brown.
Cool. Fuck Bo Nickel. I'm gonna be a hella honest with you. Like, bruh. I think he's trash, bro. Like, cool, he's won a couple fights, and his last fight, I don't think he won. And he's like, well, I'm just getting better, and I'm just doing what I need to do to to win the fucking fights. I'm like, bro, you're trash, bro. I can't be a part of it. Like, I don't like the Bo Nickel fucking the hype train is going behind him. We're gonna see him fucking get smashed. He's gonna get smashed very soon. It's gonna fucking go down.
Shout out to my guy R Squared in the building.
Absolutely, R Squared. Love you, baby.
He said he looked up Danny Brown and that you kind of look like him, is what he said.
All right, whatever. It's a good-looking motherfucker, apparently.
Definitely gonna have to ride with you on that Bo Nickel shit, bro. Bo Nickel, I don't get the hype. I don't see it. I don't understand it. Peyton Talbot, to me, I'm not a big fan. I see it. I mean, I get where it could go if and he's young, so he can only get better from here. But I don't know. I just feel like
I don't like his
acting like he's like coming in here supposed to smoke fools, and he's not smoking them. I think how people are, shaping him up, how, it just doesn't. I just don't see it.
I don't like his on-air personality. You know what I mean? I don't know him personally, but I don't like his on-air personality. So I can give you that, but like, he's winning. You know what I mean? He's a young cat, and he does have a lot of skill that could be potentially forged into something better. So, you know what I mean? We'll see where that goes. I mean, down the list of things we may talk about, like, I may talk about him again.
Me personally, I just run down a few more names. Benoit Saint Denis. I know that's probably not going to be popular, but I mean, and not to say I know. I mean, yeah, he had like not the greatest last showing, and I'm not to say that that's all I'm basing it on. Is just I just feel like at a certain point, unless he starts, you know, adding more to the arsenal, he's going to start hitting the ceiling. That's basically where I'm at. Same with Aaron Blanchfield. I feel like she got a little bit exposed this year. Myra Buena Silva, she definitely. I mean, her last fight was because of that huge fucking cut above her eyes. That shit was fucking crazy. But also, same thing. Unless you know, her hands get better, I feel like she's about to hit a ceiling.
I don't take any offense to being called Danny Brown. I just don't know who the fuck he is. Like, I'm sure he's a dope motherfucker.
Oh
Like,
yeah, no, bruh. Hey, it's nothing but fucking you know, laughs and good vibes here. I'd probably said some wilder shit than that to bro. So no, don't even worry, my G. Um, let's see here. Jean Masamoto. I know homeboy is either undefeated or only has like one defeat or something like that, but I feel like he's about to hit a ceiling soon. Mike Malott. Shamil Gaziev, or Gaziev,
okay, that makes more sense. But like Mike Malott, bro, like,
bruh, like Mike Malott. I mean, like he's cool, but I feel like he's just one of those dudes. Like if he ain't getting it done early, then
he ain't getting it
yeah,
done.
if it goes to the cards, it ain't looking good for him, in my opinion. Fakhretdinov, Renat. I mean, I was trying to ride for homeboy, and you know, and he snuck away with his last one. But to be honest, like, I mean, I thought he was gonna be, you know, like this guy who's gonna, you know, like kind of school cats, but I've just noticed here recently, like the game's starting to catch up with him a little bit. Uh, most people they may not agree with this. Isaac Dolgarian to me.
What's up, MMA Mystics?
Yo, what's going down?
You know what I mean?
Hey, we're just here. First official live broadcast. We finally got, you know, that 50th subscriber. So now we're able to do a live broadcast actually from the channel. So shouts out to everybody that contributed to that. If that's any of you in the chat, you know, fucking nothing but love. Really
Thank you for rocking
appreciate
with
y'all.
us.
But yeah, you know, we're just running down some things, wrapping up 2024, bullshitting a little bit, you know, and yeah, definitely interacting. If you got anything in the chat, please send it our way. And then yeah, to end things out, Kong Wang. That's what I'm saying. Fakhretdinov, he snuck away with that last one. Like, and just his performances, just like over his past couple of fights, I feel like shit's starting to catch up with him, and he's not as much of the sniper and or just this offensive threat that I thought of him to be at the beginning of the year. Isaac Dolgarian, I think I said that already, but him, he comes out fucking guns a-blazing, but if you're able to weather that storm, whew, I mean, it gets dark real quick for him. And then Kong Wang, you know, she had a nice little showing. I mean, be it was against Victoria Leonardo, so is what it is. But that fight against Fernandez, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy.
Bonfin's gonna starch him.
Well, you got Bonfim going up against Fakhretdinov coming up next year.
Ooh.
I've only been able to comb through some of the early cards and shit, but if Bonfim and Fakhretdinov are going up against each other, yeah, Bonfim's gonna smoke him.
Whoa. Like I can't necessarily agree with that.
The
Let me look at it for a second.
No, the Bonfim brother, that in that weight class, yeah, his grappling is nasty.
I don't know. Okay, we're talking about who? Gabriel, or we're talking about
Yeah, exactly. Yo, what's going on, Goosetronics? That's what's up. Shout outs to you. Yo, much love to everybody coming in on a Monday, chilling with your bros. We appreciate that. That's love.
Hell yeah.
You new to the channel? That's love. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Give us a like and a follow.
Oh,
we
shit.
really appreciate that
you.
shit.
Get us you'll be our 51st subscriber.
Absolutely.
Hey, then we have a little bit of room to breathe. We can do some fun. Hey, you're going to insure us another live stream, my G. I appreciate that shit. Shouts out to Goosetronics. Yup, Gabriel Bonfim. Yeah.
Hey, shouts out to that. Who was the 50th? The one that because you had
Oh, there's two of. Oh, there we go. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking
Appreciate
about.
that.
Appreciate y'all. That's love. What's
You
up?
was telling me you was trolling back and forth with what person, and he gave you the sub after the fact. He called something and you didn't call it, and then he gave you the sub after that. Like, hey, bro, I'll give you a sub for that.
Oh yeah, that was I forget homeboy's name, but he had the Hasbula profile picture. Yeah, no, shouts out to him. He was the one that got that. That's the only reason we were able to do this right now.
Yeah, he got us the 50. You know what I mean? I just remember that you guys interacted a little bit, and it was like a problem.
Hell yeah, MMA Mystic started their channel just 10 weeks ago. So are you like picks and predictions as well, or are you just shoot the shit about MMA? What do you do on your channel? Goosetronics. So we are going over the Jones Aspinall situation. I mean, definitely we're gonna talk about that later on. In terms of like things to look forward to in 2025. If you want a spoiler, Jones is gonna smoke Aspinall. All right. Hey, I know that's probably not the popular opinion. Don't get me wrong. I think Aspinall definitely. God damn, nigga. Don't get me wrong. I think Aspinall has what it takes, but I think Jones is gonna smoke him. And I hope Jones smokes him. But yeah, and then the wrap up overrated fighters, in my opinion, Vitor Petrino, last minute addition with his last performance in Tampa. I thought, like I said, I was like, okay, Anthony Smith fell into the fucking guillotine. It's whatever. He made a mistake. It was what it was. But then this fool fucking let Dustin Jacoby fucking starch it, bro. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. I was rocking with you, Petrino, but right now you're overrated to me. What we got here? Let's see here. Just going over. That's what's up. Just random vids and stuff like that. Yo, everybody, make sure that you go sub to my guy MMA Mystic. Go show his channel some support. Go make sure you show my folks over at Goosetronics some love too. Let's see, tried to go live a couple weeks ago and couldn't get anyone to join. So here to help out the small channels. That's love. Real shit. That's what I've been consuming on YouTube a lot, is just, these small channels and, just like how they go about developing. And yeah, the folks in the comments, it's like a lot of love in that community. So I really appreciate that. Definitely gonna sub to your channel, and I'm gonna definitely make sure to have you in the mix whenever you go live.
So MMA Mystic and also Goosetronics, you guys both do like MMA picks? Like, quick question.
Make me unsubscribe, saying Jones. Hey, Mr. MMA Mystic said y'all gonna make me unsubscribe going for Jones. hey. Now, if you watched the beginning of this, I did say, I've had to set a lot of biases and, nostalgia and fandom aside. But John Jones, bro, I'm sorry. That's where we're going to butt heads.
Okay, let me give a quick shout out. I'm going to give a shout out to, what is it, MMA Picks Tracker?
Oh, MMA, or no, UFC Predictions Tracker.
UFC Predictions Tracker. So Goosetronics and MMA Mystic, if you can go ahead and get their email off of their YouTube page, he's going to put you on his page and track all of your predictions. and let you know like how well you're doing against the rest of the MMA community on YouTube. I feel like we've gotten a very big push off of that.
Yeah, I feel like some of our subscribers and newer viewers definitely got familiar with us through that platform for sure.
What's the name called again? Was it MMA Predictions Tracker? Right?
No, it's UFC predictions.
UFC Predictions Tracker.
Yeah.
He does do the Tapology, but he also goes through all the UFC or YouTube people too as well. Mm-hmm. And then he also does the betting odds. Like, watch one of his videos, you'll see exactly what he's about. But I think it's definitely a big thing to like promote your channel and get your channel bigger.
Yeah, we need to get better at putting our picks in on Tapology. We were good at it, and then we fell off from that shit. Me in particular, just from just forgetting in between editing shows and shit like that.
And I don't get no money from that shit.
But yeah,
honest with you.
definitely trying to up our presence on Tapology though, because that's a big community and shit like that as well. It's dope because, like bro said, homeboy tracks the picks, via the odds makers, the Tapology community, and then the YouTube predictions and picks and betting sphere and community. I mean, literally, like if you're familiar with We Want Picks, or if you're familiar with the MMA fortune teller or MMA guru or anything, this guy literally takes your picks and stacks them up against all of the fucking people in this community.
Yeah.
It's super dope. So, shouts out to UFC Predictions Tracker. Hey.
Oh shit.
Definitely. What I'll do is I'm gonna send you an email, or I'm gonna put my email in the chat actually, cause we definitely would like to get something like that for sure. And it's funny because I do music as well. I be rapping out here, so yeah, that's super dope. Salute to you. Let's see your Gmail. There we go. So yeah, send anything you got to this email right there.
Just make sure it's not like a Nigerian prince, you know what I mean?
All right, bro. What was one of the crazier moments this year?
Yo, when Irene Aldana had her face split like hamburger meat. That was the wildest shit all year.
Bruh, like, that's the worst fucking cut I've ever seen.
I love violence. I love to watch people get the shit beat out of them, but like that shit was like hard to look at.
Yeah, no, that shit was wild, bro. I was
crazy to look at.
We mentioned bite of the night, fucking Igor da Silva biting fucking.
That wasn't bad though. Like Lima. It wasn't like a terrible. It was a bite. Like he broke the skin, but it wasn't.
Bruh, and he lost. Yeah, I mean, like if you would have pulled away from that with the way that
on
shit
some
was
Tyson shit,
yeah,
on some Tyson shit would have been bad.
Nasty, dog.
Yeah.
Yep. Dumont and Aldana. You just mentioned that. Fucking. You mentioned Shi Ming. That shit was crazy. Bro, especially watching it that early in the fucking morning. I'm like, okay, cool. We're on our way to another dub, fucking about to, parlays are intact, all that shit. And then wham! I'm just like, oh my God. And then she didn't get up, bro. Just like, whoever was the broadcast team or whoever was in the production booth for that, just kept the camera on her and she's just standing there like, I don't know if this bitch.
She didn't know what to do. Like she looked like so like uncomfortable, and like I think that's the only UFC fighter that left on a stretcher this year.
Yeah, well, probably maybe.
Bro, we watched all the fights, and I don't think I saw anybody else leave on a stretcher like that.
Yeah,
like that's wild.
Karate Combat. You know what? Karate Combat is dope. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I wouldn't mind watching some more of those events. I like how they kind of put, just
on the Kumite shit, like where it's like kind of like
that slanted shit, and it's like a bigger fighting area and shit. Yeah,
expecting John Claude come out.
Yep. What do y'all think about the GFL then? Yeah, the new league coming out seems wild with all the old fires. So yeah, you're talking
I love that
GFL.
shit.
Yeah, bro. Well, that's what bro was talking about. He he wants to see some of those older heads still get at it. I
Bro,
mean, I know that some folks, don't want to see, 40-year-old fighters fight, but they also
there's a
40-year-old
nostalgia,
niggas need to fight too. They need to
bro.
pay the bills.
There's a nostalgic part of it. You know what I mean? I want to see the people that I grew up on fighting. You know what I mean? And if they still have the ability or the want to, then I want to see them do it. You know what I mean? So this kind of is what it is.
That was my top moment, just getting to Goosetronics here. Yeah, bro. Definitely Holloway Gaethje. The way that fight ended, that was easily the craziest moment of the year. One of my favorite moments of the year.
All right. See, he's making us jump ahead of like what we were really going to talk
we
about.
were still in craziest moments. You just have that in a different category.
Oh yeah, you're right. I guess.
Yo, shouts out Magnus Magnuson. James Vick getting flatlined was very nice to see. Felt just like old times. Here's a funny story about James Vick. I was in Texas either last summer or maybe this year. I'm not sure, but I was in an Airbnb, and it just so happened that like we woke up and like went to go get some coffee, and then we came back and the whole siding of the building that we were staying in just fell off. So then
We were talking about when we went to WrestleMania.
this was a time with Fatima.
Okay.
And so that whole shit fell down. And so of course the whole, buildings out there watching it with the emergency vehicles, cops, all that shit. And we're just, all bullshitting. And then we finally get to go back in there. So we're all like in the courtyard area bullshitting. And then this lady, I don't know if she was telling the truth or not, but she said that she was James Vick's like current girlfriend or whatever at the time. It was just her and her little girl chilling at the spot. But like when I started talking about UFC, which who knows why that shit came up, she was like, "Oh, do you know James Vick?" And I was like, "Yeah, I know James." And all I could think about was like this nigga just
Getting starched. Oh
every
my
time,
god, bro!
he took an up kick to the face one time, I think from like Nico Price in a fight, and that fool was fun. I think he broke his jaw or some shit like that, but whatever. Fool, that's how, first thing that came to mind was him actually knocked out as a visual, and I was just like, oh, that's cool, hell yeah.
Yeah, I
And she
know
was
this
like,
motherfucker.
yeah, he's actually coaching one of his fighters in an event, da-da-da-da-da. Blah, blah. But anyways, I don't know if that shit was true or not, but that shit's hella funny.
Bro,
That's literally,
wild.
anytime I fucking think of James Vick, I just think that you just,
Starch.
that fool KO'd.
Starch. Jesus Christ.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Biggest letdowns of the year.
Biggest letdowns of the year were the Jersey card. Atlantic City, I guess, is like what it's really called, but it's a Jersey card.
Yeah.
I felt like it was not officiated bad. Well, it was officiated bad too. It was officiated bad, and it was fucking judged bad. And like
That was just
it
a
lost
bad
me.
night for
It
bets.
lost me fucking money, like a lot of money, because like people that should have won didn't win. People that, you know what I mean? You know what it is. Like it was bullshit. I think that was a bullshit ass fucking card. I think I'm not sure how you again, it's the athletic commission, so it's not like he can put or Dana White can put his own people in there, but we all knew who won and who didn't win. Right?
Yeah.
Chat, like you guys gotta agree with that shit. Like we know
And
who,
then there was like that one homie who walks around he's like super short and he's fucking Mad Diesel and shit. He talks like fucking Mills Lane.
wasn't that the same card though where he literally like broke him up like 8 seconds into like them grappling and shit every fucking time?
No, that was some other crazy motherfucker. I don't even know if that was in the country or not, but I know what fight card you're talking about with that. No, this fool, he was like, he was just on some funny shit. He was just like, I don't even remember. That fool was on some stupid shit. I didn't like that shit.
That shit was, he got fired too. But like, I don't like that. I didn't like the Jersey card because I thought it was fucking biased. And I thought it was like on some like, I love MMA because it's so pure. MMA is pure. You know what I mean? Boxing is not pure. You know what I mean? We know that, right? Like most fight sports are not pure. I believe that UFC. I'm not even gonna say MMA. I'm gonna say UFC is pure because I think Danny White has been able to cultivate that. Like we're not gonna allow this bullshit to go on. Um, so I hate to see it unpure like that. You know what I mean?
I feel you. Goosetronics, you ain't a fan of fucking Steve Mazzagatti? Fucking
Fuck that
or
pussy.
Mario Yamasaki?
Fuck that doo-doo.
You don't, you don't want to throw back. Maybe those guys are gonna be the refs in the GFL.
Fuck both them motherfuckers, man. Like I'm with you. No, what was that little? It was that
Oh
little short motherfucker.
shit.
That's not their names, I don't think. But either way, yo, like,
No, I'm talking about some other cats because
oh, okay.
Goosetronics said at least the refs are a lot better than in the 2000s. I was like, oh, you don't want to fucking throw back to some Steve Mazzagatti, fucking Mario Yamasaki's.
Oh, okay. I know what you're saying. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I know what you're talking. I know who you're talking about. That ref, she fucking didn't she like let that chick get like punched or somebody like get punched like a ridiculous like didn't stop should have stopped the fight like 30 strikes ago or some shit like that.
yeah,
Yeah, Kim Winslow. Yeah.
bro. Like, I don't know. So the jersey card pissed me off because I felt like it was engineered for fucking the betters. You know what I mean? For the betters that
Oh yeah, there's somebody calling in.
yeah. The Macau card,
I just
I
got my ass whooped on
I
that
just got
card.
my ass whooped. It's not that I think anybody did bad shit. It was just like I didn't know anybody, I guess. And then like a whole lot of ass whooping happened that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah.
And I didn't have any like you know what I mean, research to be able to do.
No, for
So
sure, for
the
sure.
Macau card was hard. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's all that was. It was just a hard card for me.
I mean,
Um,
correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but Strickland versus Duplessis was like the rest of the ones outside of Atlantic City and Macau. Those were just based upon just bad betting nights. And this Hermanson fucking Pfeiffer card, but I think also that was like a slash snooze fest too. But UFC 297 is a little bit of snooze fest. Tybura versus Spivak was a little bit of a snooze fest. The St. Louis Derek Lewis versus Nascimento card was meh. And then Kentucky, Cannoneer and Imavov, meh. But outside of that, I mean, good. I mean, it's not like I'm gonna watch fights regardless. Like Apex card,
every
fight
Saturday,
night
be here.
card in out of town or pay-per-view, I'm there. Like I really do enjoy watching MMA, but
I'm
yeah.
gonna let you talk to him for a second because I'm gonna go outside. But oh yeah, it just is what it is.
Yeah, no, I mean, we talking about more letdowns. Robalis Despang was disappointing how his tenure turned out. Hopefully he can get himself back in or shore up some of that grappling. Kayla Harrison versus Ketlin Vieira was trash. That was a horrible fight and build up to next potential contender for the title. That shit was lame. Mohammed Makayev, finding his way out of the organization was lame. And just him, coming out pretty strong, but then his fights just, getting more and more boring as time went on. And then Vitor Petrino, not only overrated, but just a letdown as well. Like, homeboy shit the bed twice. Fucking was horrible. What we got here? Yeah, nah, literally. I mean, I'm actually that's another thing I'll say about doing this show. It's funny because like before doing this show, I used to hate time off. Anytime that UFC had time off in between, I'd be like, man, I just want to see some fights. This shit is lame, especially when the NFL isn't going on it even gets worse. I'm just like, damn, I ain't got shit for the weekend. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm so happy that we're on this little vacation right now because editing videos fucking week to week, first off, just I got so much better at editing and putting these shows together. But that shit was super time consuming, and from episode 1 to episode 42, it was way different from what I was doing then to how things are more streamlined and refined now. So I'm not gonna lie, like this little break is nice, but I am very, very, very excited to get back to it with this Dern and Hebos card. I think that one's gonna be nice.
Oh, the Dern card. Can we talk about the Dern card? About what we're gonna see in the Dern card?
Go ahead, bro. What are you looking forward to in the Dern Hebos rematch?
I'm looking forward to Dern.
The weigh-in or the actual fight?
The fight. Just the visuals of the fight. I'm not sure who's gonna fucking win, to be honest with you. Do I care? I don't care. I'll make a pick at some point, but like Dern, my goddamn, like, what can you say? You know what I mean? She looks great fighting. Mm-hmm. Like, even if she loses, she looks great. So I can't wait to see the Dern fight.
I think I like Dern's weigh-ins more than her fights.
There's that too.
Real quick though, nah, you ain't lying. Goosetronics, like real shit. Like we are definitely spoiled. What can you ask? Not every card's gonna be a winner. Not every fight's gonna be a barn burner because I mean, literally, you got fools like trying to just get fights contractually. So sometimes I know UFC's just throwing shit together just so that they're keeping their end of the bargain up. So yeah, I mean, I ain't complaining. Like I'll take Apex all year if that's what it ended up coming down to. But let's hope we never get back to that. MMA Mystic, I know what you're saying with Janata Denise. Definitely disappointment ending out the year.
Yeah.
I knew that they were going to lose to Tybura. I knew that they didn't have the grappling. If they don't get that shit figured out, they're going to be hitting the ceiling very soon. Magnuson, I feel you. Like we were saying at the beginning of this show, like we thought that we followed the sport pretty closely, and I would say prior to that, I definitely used to be on and off again. But only because we've done this show has it actually made like every card interesting to us on the year. But I know if I was just back, just to casual viewing, yeah, it'd be hard to get through some of these fucking fight night cards for sure.
Absolutely. Can we talk about the best card though?
What's
the
up?
best cards we've been through. Or unless go ahead, you can keep answering chat if you need to. But the best card for me was 298. I hit that 11-1 on that bitch.
Yep.
298. It was a good one. I think we might have picked the same fucking people all the way through.
So you're talking about best cards on the year?
Mm-hmm.
Yo, JR, shouts out to JR in the chat. Much love to you. Yeah, no, there were definitely some good cards this year. I was a fan. I know the fights weren't necessarily all that great overall, but I was a super fan of Noche. I hope that UFC
does that again. No, Noche was amazing.
To incorporate that into like multiple venues, not just the Sphere. I wish they could make the Sphere something yearly that they go to, but I know that this was a contract thing and it was just a bunch of shit that, forced the UFC to have to, go to the Sphere.
But also Dana White says
shit like that
Dana White says things like, "I'll never do this again."
Yeah.
And like he said, "Oh, I'll never have a women's card, or I'll never have women fucking UFC fighters." Like he says a lot of shit, and then he has to fucking backtrack on it. So I think there will be another Noche, not necessarily Noche card, but there'll be another Spear card for sure.
I thought the Sphere was gonna be cheesy, but that shit was cool.
That shit was awesome, bro. That shit was solid as fuck. I wish I could have got to it.
Only drawback for me was having to watch that shit, the main card, on stream and shit like that because it was dope watching the undercard on ESPN Plus and all that shit, but I wasn't paying for that fucking pay-per-view, so watching that shit on stream, it was kind of a funky quality compared to what I had seen in the first half of the card, but anyway, fucking definitely Noche was dope. UFC 300 was dope to follow up after. And even 298, like 298 through 300 was a nice stretch of cards. And then I thought the 310 card in Madison Square was dope. I think that's what it was. And then I thought the UFC Paris card was dope. Paris actually, they staked a claim to be one of the more exciting crowds to fight in front of live. I feel like that crown was held by the UK and stuff like that for a while, but I feel like Paris stepped into the game and was like, hey, we like to get lit for our fucking cards too. Their fighters, I mean, not all their fighters are the most exciting to watch, but I mean, hey, at least feels good to have some energy if your fighters are all gonna be technical and want to point fight their way to the cards.
Yeah, I get it. What's your favorite fight though? Like your favorite fight you saw this year?
Oh shit, wait up real quick. Goose Tronic says UFC needs to adjust their prices. I was paying $18 in Germany for a pay-per-view and it's freaking $80 in Canada now. That's an insane price gap. Yeah, I mean,
We
shit,
spent
some of
$100
these
over here.
pay-per-views are free in certain parts of the world.
Yeah, but we spent $100 out here in the US. You know what I mean?
Plus ESPN plus
Subscription.
subscriptions.
Yep. So you got to pay for the subscription, which is what, $20 a month.
Yeah, someone
And
broke
then-
it down, and it's like $1,000 or something to be a fucking UFC fan on the year.
If you want to be a
1,000 plus or
UFC,
some
no.
shit.
So there's one fight per month, right? So you're talking about $1,200 a month, or no, $1,200 a year. My bad, $1,200 a year plus a UFC subscription, which is $10, or the ESPN
That's just like
subscription.
13, 14, I think.
14?
Now. Maybe, I don't know.
Let's call it 15. 15 times 10, right, is 150. Plus two more is 180. 180 plus 1,200. Now you're looking at 1,380.
This is live math, y'all.
You know what I mean? My math is like, you know what I mean? I went to like a public high school.
He said, I can give y'all the streaming site watch for free. Oh, no, definitely. I got a Rolodex of streaming sites. Don't worry about it. But I'll just, good looking, my guy, JR. But I'm just saying, like, yeah, in terms of paying, at least that one didn't fucking put a hole through my ceiling like the one you did last time.
Whatever.
Well, no, I was just playing with you. Anyway, okay. Real quick, moving on. Memorable fight. I mean, Holloway and Gaethje had to take the crown for most memorable fight of the year. I think casuals, hardcores, your grandma, fucking son, your fucking baby niece, they all fucking know what happened at 300 at the end of the fucking Holloway Gaethje fight.
Nowhere ever are you going to see somebody at the end of the fight, last 10 seconds of the fight go.
I mean,
and then
if that doesn't like embody the BMF fucking spirit, if you're going to put that title on the line, like, some people don't like that fucking title. I think that shit was perfect. Like that I like that title for that purpose, for those legacy fights, for those matchups for cats who may be a little bit past title contention, but still are, exciting as fuck to watch. Like, you can't beat it.
And like, if you're a wrestling fan, if you're a WWE wrestling fan, you want to see that. You want to see these dudes are just willing to put their lives on the line, their bodies on the line, just to like have an exciting match, and that's what that was.
MMA Mystic said Poirier Makachev. That was a good one. That fucking leg whip at the end of the fucking fight, bro.
Oh my god.
That shit was clutch. That was some clutch shit from fucking Makachev. But we got JR. He said biggest clown in the UFC, Colby Covington or Jamal Hill.
Colby
That's
Covington.
a fucking good.
Colby Covington.
That's close. Because Jamal
No,
Hill.
it's not.
Nah, bruh. Okay, so check it out. Colby Covington. I was gonna talk about this later on in the show, but the shtick is played. You know, we know he's putting on a character. He's super fucking humble and nice to people when the cameras are off and all that shit. Everybody has a story about him off camera and on camera.
He's a bitch.
So yeah, it's old now, bro. It's old watching you lose and then fucking just fake cape and talk a bunch of fucking nonsense when no, you lost, my G. But Jamal Hill, man, I mean, now okay,
let me ask you this.
Okay.
Who has a better chance of okay, let's put, I guess, Colby Covington does not have a chance of winning against anybody that's not way mid. He doesn't have a chance of winning against anybody above, I would say, the 13th ranked.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with you there. But what I'm saying is, in terms of being a clown, like, okay, Jamal Hill, this is not unpopular opinion. I know people, go ahead and skew me if you want. I kind of feel his point in the Pereira fight. I know people are gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, but I get it. Like, it was kind of weird. Now, don't get me wrong. It's his fault. He fucking touched gloves and resumed fight. At that point, he resumed the fight. But I ain't gonna lie, like, of course, yeah, Pereira stops the referee, steps in a little closer, and then the fight resumes with no like real like referee, like, okay, cool. And then like, hey, like, I get what he's saying, but at the end of the day, he's responsible for how he guards himself and protects himself in that cage. He got clocked, that's on him. Where I think he's a fucking clown is not putting the gloves on in the PI. That makes you a clown, my G. Like, you don't run up on a nigga and say, we ain't on Twitter now. And then homeboy tosses you a pair of gloves and says, let's get him up right here.
Oh shit!
And then all of a sudden now, I don't fight unless, you know, like, we getting paid to fight. Like,
what the fuck is that?
Yeah, like not like a few weeks ago, 4 months ago maybe at most. Pereira was at the UFC PI, fucking getting his work in and all that shit. And fucking Jamal Hill fucking approached him in the PI and was like, hey, we ain't on Twitter now. And was like talking like, you know, hey, like, stand on that shit you were saying, you know, whatever, da-da-da-da-da. And Pereira, you know, he don't speak English. And he just was like, toss that fool a pair of gloves. Like, let's get him up right here. Like, quit talking, let's get him up.
And he bitched up?
And homeboy was like, we don't fuck. Well, we need to put the gloves on for it. What do we need to put the gloves on for? Let's just get him up. You know, that's what he was saying. But then he was saying, but then he was also saying, like, you know, like, I get paid to fight, you know, or let's get paid.
Get out of here, bro. Like, wow.
Yeah, I was lame, bro.
That's lame as fuck.
No, definitely.
Come on, what are we talking about?
Definitely, that put him in the clown category for sure. I want to see him and Pereira get him up again, just, you know, so that can get put to bed. But I will say, like, in terms of like clownish behavior.
That's
yes,
super clowny.
Definitely.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Who are your favorite, like, your favorite new fighters, your rookie fighters that just showed up?
Favorite fighters or newcomers?
Yeah.
Okay. I think same as like when
favorite new booties.
When you said just favorite fighter overall at the beginning of the this live, we had both mentioned Alex Pereira because, you know, that's just like the casuals.
But also, like, he's been fighting a little bit, right?
No, but that's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna tell you what I would believe to be the casuals pick, you know, in terms of best new fighters coming to the UFC. Carlos Prates. Bruh, fucking, I'm so excited to see what he does in this upcoming year. I believe, you know, he'll be able to maintain takedown defense, maybe even start, you know, getting a little bit skilled in the grappling, but as long as he's just a sniper like that, I mean, he's going to just be smoking fools all 2025. Along with his Fighting Nerds teammate, Jean Silva, it was a pleasure watching him come into the mix this year. taking short notice fights, fucking K-ing fools. We got to watch him live here in Denver. That's where we're at, out here in Denver, Colorado. We got to watch him smoke Drew Dober. Gave him that huge fucking gash above his eye. That shit was crazy. I'm a fan of Felipe Lima. He ended the year off on a high note. Excited to see Cody Haddon and what he has in store for the upcoming year. Shara Bullet, I'm not sure. He may have came into the fold 2023, but I know he made a splash here in 2024. I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. My man Chepe Mariscal.
Young Chepe.
That's my G. I'm looking forward to watching him drown fools in the upcoming year. My brother, he had mentioned him earlier in the show, Black Danny Trejo, a.k.a. Marcus McGee. He gonna be smoking fools fucking in the upcoming year. Vinicius Oliveira, I'm looking forward to seeing what he has in store for fools this upcoming year. Chris Padilla, fucking Bo, oh my God, bruh. Fucking, that shit was nasty work. Mauricio Rufy. And just in general, I'm excited to watch this upcoming season of the Contender Series. I'm looking forward to that. And then lastly, Danny Left Hand to God Barlow.
Yeah, McGee is a fucking problem. You right.
Yeah.
Fucking McGee is a problem.
Wish he wasn't 34 though. I feel you.
Hey, me neither. I wish he was mad younger, but fuck it.
Chepe's a dog. Lima reminds me of Charlie Olives. I feel that. I definitely feel that. Jean Silva and Carlos Prates are fucking a problem, bruh. Problem. Oh my God. Here we go back up in this chat a little bit. Chandler calling out Connor after he lost was clowny. Yeah.
Mad clowny, bro. Like, get the fuck out of here. Chandler's a piece of shit.
Joaquin Buckley calling out McGregor was the clown move of 2024.
True.
Yeah, I mean, that was funny. Daniel Cormier getting him in his feels about how he felt about it too, and those fools having a talk. I thought I wanted to see that chat when I put it up on YouTube, and then I realized what the fuck? I don't give a fuck what the fuck these fools feel about each other. I cut that shit off real quick. But shouts out to Buckley for ending out the year on a strong note. I definitely feel like he's earned some sort of top ranking and eventually title contention if he's able to keep putting in work in 2025. But yeah, definitely those are some of my favorite new fighters. I'm really liking these guys who are coming in the Felipe Lima, Danny Barlows, and kind of just coming, or even Marcus McGee, and just coming in and doing work, not getting built up or getting developed and stuff.
They're not part of the hype train.
That's kind of why I like them being 34. That's what I will say is the perk to McGee being 34. He don't got a lot of time, so it's hey, bro, let's get it popping.
Come in here and run it.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what a lot of these guys do in 2025. Who do you think are going to be some potential title holders this year?
Well, I'm not getting into that. I'm going to get into the fact that, my people that I think that are my...
best new fighters?
Best new fighters.
Oh, my bad. I didn't even know.
You tried to skip me a little bit. Xing Ming.
Who you like doesn't really matter, nigga, because if you pick them this year, they're going to lose. So be careful about who this fool decides to pick, because at the end of the day, he is going up against your boy, and I'm coming for the fucking title this year. So just know that if I don't know, unless we're agreeing on the same fights, it get a little dark out here, but go ahead.
The greatest picker that's ever done it is right here. I'm just going to say, though, Xing Ming, that little Asian killer, the micro mini killer is what I'm going to call her. That's what her new name should be. She's going to be amazing. I can't wait to see her just work her way through the...
for one fight, huh?
Bro, did you not see her, bro?
She was getting smoked until
she was holding it back, bro.
She was getting smoked until she got that girl with that high kick. I think it was her fucking.
She's 5 foot with a high kick, bro.
It was her fucking after. It was her post-fight fucking interview that fucking intrigued me, and even some of her interviews after, even the fight was over, like down the road, just talking about not having enough testosterone and wishing luck to her next opponent and saying that she doesn't even fucking go as hard as she's supposed to be. That shit, that was hard. But if you're basing anything off of that actual fight, she was getting fucking smoked, bro. And not only that, like, I mean, yeah, if Homegirl would have got back up and they would have went and said, oh, winner of this fight by knockout in the third round, oh, Shi Ming, like, everybody be like, okay, cool. She fucking pulled one out of the fucking fire. But it was only because Homegirl fucking, everyone thought she may have died in there that fucking, that shit even had any impact, bro. So I get what you're saying, but to act like she's gonna make this splash next year, like, I don't know. Like, that remains to be seen. I'm excited based upon her
yet?
words.
Tell me when you're done talking.
But her actions are something a little bit different.
Cool.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Done. She flatlined her opponent. The only person this year that is left on a stretcher in the UFC has been her opponent. And then after the fact, she says, I feel sad for the rest of my opponents because I'm going to turn it up. What the fuck? This little assassin's getting ready to like murder every woman in the UFC. Like, that's her fucking sole goal. She hasn't even told her parents. Like, that's another assassin trait. Like, where she's like, I'm not telling my parents what I'm doing. I'm just beating people up. Like, what are we talking about? Like, oh, we're worried about her, like, action in the fucking cage? Bro, she said, I could have done better. She's ready to do better. And, like, she's going to be more aggressive. Yeah. I'm just saying, bro.
Who are some of your other favorite fighters?
I'm just telling you that one is one of the favorites.
Favorite new fighters.
Favorite new fighters. Peyton Talbot, he's a favorite new fighter. I think he has some things in, like, to accomplish.
You agreed with me that he's overrated.
A little bit.
But
I think he can, it depends on his mentality, right? Like, he couldn't, like, be like, oh, shit, I just walked in here and I fucking finished a couple motherfuckers and now I'm great. Or he can realize that, like, yo, I finished a couple motherfuckers and, like, I've got to, like, hone my skills to keep finishing motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. We don't know what that's going to be. So I really hope he can be great, but I think he's one of the best fighters or one of the best new fighters that have come out.
I feel it. I guess what my feelings on him is just like I said, I see the potential and I get what everybody else is seeing. Even MMA Mystic, Talbot is a G. I got you. I feel that. I just feel like the way he's being built up and the actual results of his, past couple of fights just haven't necessarily matched up with the huge excitement. It's kind of like the Bo Nickel, fucking wave. It's just like being built up like he's fucking about to be this next second coming of whoever.
I think that's the best part about it, though.
And then it's just kind of like
Peyton Talbot's not building up like Bo Nickel, though. I think he's not getting that same push. And so hopefully it keeps him that much more humble. If he doesn't stay humble, then yes, he's going to fucking get starched. But I think he has the ability, if he doesn't get starched, to win and to fucking be a fucking mess in this goddamn fucking UFC community.
I got you. MMA Mystic. I think I would have swept that Macau card if if the 900 and up faves didn't get fraud checked. Real shit, bro. Jeez Louise, real fucking shit.
Bro, that was one of our worst cards. That was our worst card, bro. Like, we literally laughed through the entire card. After, like, 4 fights, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, then it just started it was just more so just like, of course. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just like maniacal laughter afterwards. Mm-hmm. Yeah, here we go. Goosetronics. Rory Mack got supposed to be the next GSP curse back in the day. That's all I'm saying, It's like, it's even like kind of like with Sean O'Malley. Like, Don't get me wrong, he be killing it out there and shit, but the way that he gets built up, if he doesn't have anything less than a finish, or if he loses, it just looks weird. That's all I'm saying. And I just feel like Talbot, if he ends up, starting to get stiffer competition and, because what is it, Nick Aguirre or somebody that he fucking went all 3 with or something, or it took him forever to get him out of there. I feel like if that's where he's already starting to see adversity, he might hit a ceiling once he starts, trying to get into the rankings. That's all I'm saying. You got anybody else?
No, you got anybody else? I mean,
I know I named off all of my people.
Yeah, Xing Ming and fucking Peyton Talbot, like those are the new ones. In my opinion, I wanted to say Yusuf Salal just because he just got back in the UFC, but like he's not new.
Yeah.
And
he's fighting like he's brand fucking new though.
Oh, he's fighting like he's trying to get a
Fool made me look like a dummy fucking 2 times.
I know.
But then that third one against Jack Shore. That's what I'm talking about.
Because you bet against.
And he's out here in Denver, Colorado training.
Anyway.
And he's Moroccan. My girlfriend's Moroccan, so shouts out to my Moroccan peoples. You know what I'm saying?
Should have bet with him, my boy.
Moroccan devil.
Anyway. I guess I'm gonna ask you this question. What are we supposed to do moving forward? Like what's our goal moving forward?
You're moving way ahead, bro.
No, you're right. Shut up. Well, calm down, quick.
Future title holders, bro.
Oh, I skipped that part of it.
Jesus.
Go ahead.
I think in terms, I think all the champions right now are pretty solid. I ain't gonna lie. So it's kind of hard to say who's gonna just come in there and either get defeated or somebody's gonna come in and beat them. But I would say, okay, Diego Lopez could be a future title holder if Topuria vacates the belt and goes and fights at 155. Out of all these fools, I think the only fool who could actually take a title from a champion right now is Khamzat Chimaev. I think, and I'm not the biggest fan. I'm not a big Chimaev fan. But I think out of all the weight classes, especially in the men's division, he has the most potential, in my opinion, to actually take fucking Duplessis' title away from him. Just with that grappling. We've seen how we know that Duplessis can dog his way out of anything, but I feel like it's the strikers, that he's besting. I want to see him up against and I'm sure he's been up against some stiff grapplers, but I want to see him up against somebody who also has a threat on the feet as well as the grappling. So I'd say Chimaev has a good chance of actually taking a title from the champion. Ankalaev, I feel like he could be the next light heavyweight champion, but only if Pereira vacates. I don't even know if Pereira would give him the fight. And then even if they did fight, I feel like Pereira would fucking, I feel like Ankalaev's pride would fucking get him into a firefight of some sort with Pereira, and then Pereira would smoke him. Unless Ankalaev came in and just got straight to the grappling, which even then I'm not going to say that's going to be his, that'll be his key to victory, but I don't know if he could even get it done there. I'm not sure. And Pereira's not that great of a grappler, but regardless, I just think that that's really the only way he gets that title is if Pereira vacates to go fight at heavyweight or something like that. And to say he may not even vacate, he may just move up, try his hand, and then just come back down and never give this fool a fight. I'm just being honest. And then Tom Aspinall. I mean, he has everything it takes as well to beat John Jones, and I think he very well could beat John Jones. But I also believe that John Jones is going to beat him when they fight this year. And then the only way he then becomes a heavyweight champion going forward from then is when Jones ultimately vacates the title, retires, all that good shit. So before you fucking say something wild or, you know, start going super left, remember what I just said. I was very, you know, concise in how I explained that. No John Jones hate, just putting it out there. What?
Are you fucking done?
Are you?
Are you fucking done? Like, you think that Tom Aspinall could take fucking John Jones'
If
goddamn
anybody
title?
was gonna beat him, that's what I mean. It
No,
could be
he's not
Tom
going to beat
Aspinall.
him. That's hilarious. So, tuck your terrible opinions in, put them right back in your fucking pocket because John Jones is not going to be beat by Tom Aspinall. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, this is craziness.
Let's not get too far off the subject. I was just talking about in whatever scenarios present themselves in terms of future title holders. You got anything to say? Chimaev and Kopp will be champs? I think, so there's a rumor right now that it's going to be Manel Kopp and Brandon Royval going to be fighting probably for, you know, number one contendership early 2025. I had seen that on Tapology. So, yeah, I mean, I'm rooting for Kopp. If he comes in and fights like how he did against Silva, because, like, Kopp, I've been on the fence about. It's like he's one of those dudes, like, he gets billed and built up as this, you know, exciting, you know, striking, finishing machine. And then sometimes he goes in there and he just looks dull. And it's just like, that's whack. But his last outing was fire.
Tell them how you feel about it.
Love the live, fellas. Keep it up. That's much love. Appreciate you, MMA Mystic. Like I said, we'll be headed out. All right, bro. You have a great rest of your day or evening. Appreciate the sub. I'm going to be returning the favor on that. And make sure y'all go check out MMA Mystics channel. They just started not too long ago. They're trying to get, you know, their name up out there. So go check out their channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, shit. I don't think this fool fucking named his future title holder, so we'll see when he gets back from the sitting down to pee, I think is what he's doing right now. But
What? What did you say?
Well, I didn't say nothing, fool. I'm over here talking to the people.
You better be talking to the fucking people. What the fuck you just said, nigga? Like, I think I heard what you just said, but I didn't like that shit.
Oh shit. Yeah, no, shout outs to MMA Mystic. That's super dope.
That is
Much love.
All right.
You got any more future title holders, my guy?
I don't have any future title holders. Like, I'm not gonna pick that.
Women's divisions, I think Wei Lee's pretty set. I think Shevchenko's pretty set. And then in bantamweight, after that last performance, like, it's anyone's fucking guess as to who's going to win that Pena fucking Harrison fight. Like, I thought if Harrison would have came out and smoked Vieira, or at least
Harrison's trash.
was dominant in that fight, I would have believed, like, okay, yeah, she's going to come in and fucking smoke Pena. But I don't think she's as dangerous as Amanda Nunes. Pena's beat Amanda Nunes. Harrison is basically judo and grappling. Who knows? I think Pena could make it a dirty fight and, you know, fucking possibly start piecing up fucking Harrison or showing that she's not a punk on the ground. But the women's divisions, I don't really see any change going on there. Those were my scenarios with the men's division, so what's
Let's get
up?
the most important part of this. I want to talk about what are the best fights possible, the dream fights we could see this year. I mean, they're dream fights, right? So it's not like, oh yeah, they're guaranteed this year or like whatever. Mm-hmm. But these are the fights I would love to see this year. First of all, give me yours. I want to hear what yours are.
If we're talking about dream fights, I
Dream
mean,
fights, like
of course, the dream fight would be to see, and I don't know about maybe at this stage in their careers, but once upon a time, and I still even think to today, John Jones and Francis Ngannou, man, would that's a dream right there, man. Like even just the spectacle around it, a cross promotion fucking fight, fucking really determining the lineal champion in the MMA heavyweight division. Like that would be great to see, because it still holds true. You got Francis's, fucking knockout power against Jones's just
strategic ability.
expertise in all things. So that would be great. It's not gonna happen, but if we're talking about dream fights,
That's
that
a
would
dream fight,
definitely be a
right?
dream fight.
You got
And
another one for me?
If you're talking about fights that I want to see in
That are possible
2025
or
that
possible?
actually fucking could happen,
Sure.
then I definitely want to see Jones and Aspinall. I want to just see that finally get put to bed.
Why?
Finally, just have some closure to that.
Trash.
I'd like to see Pereira and Jamal Hill part 2. I want to
Sure.
see them go at it, to finally put that to rest.
No.
Also I would like to see Pereira versus Ankalaev. I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'd like to see that. Them dudes have been yapping at each other for a while now since Pereira got the title. So it's like, and he's kind of like purposely just being petty and like not not fighting fucking Ankalaev on purpose. So I mean, that would be good to see. Any combination of Ilia Topuria against Diego Lopez for the featherweight title, or I'd like to see Topuria move up and fight whoever wins Makachev or Sarukian. I think that would be fucking
That would be a great fight.
ill. That shit would be super ill. And then I wouldn't mind seeing Diego Lopez and Movsar in a rematch, on full camps, no short notice, fucking shit like that. I think that'd be a fucking ill-ass fight. I'd like to see Manel Kopp against Kai Kara France. Personally, I wish it was him and Kara France as opposed to this potential fight between him and Brandon Royval, but, a fight with Brandon Royval and Manel Kopp's going to be fucking amazing.
Let me interrupt your sweat for a second. You got like these mad sweat fucking like things that you want to see. I'd like to see Izzy and Duplessis. Like Izzy Duplessis twice. You know what I mean? Or number 2. Great fight. Fun fight.
I mean, Izzy in rematches is fucking exciting to see. He's good to see.
He usually shows up better in the second bout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like he figures out his opponent.
Yeah.
That's one of my big ones. Again, you did hit on the fucking Jones Ngannou. Like that's gonna be great if it can happen. I think it should happen. I don't see any reason why it can't. I mean, obviously we know it's not gonna happen, but it fucking should happen.
It could happen.
I think
It's
the
not
reason it
gonna
doesn't.
happen.
I'll tell you the reason it doesn't happen is because it puts the UFC at risk of now the unified heavyweight title is in another league.
Yeah.
That's why Dana White will never let that shit happen.
Well,
because
there's that, and then Dana White just doesn't like Ngannou, and he definitely doesn't like the PFL.
He doesn't really like fucking John Jones, to be honest with you. He respects him. He doesn't like John Jones.
Yeah, I don't think that I think those guys are cordial and have a strong professional respect.
Yeah.
But just as strong as that professional respect is probably as deep as their personal hate for one another goes.
Sure.
I would say that. And then I guess the only thing that I could see in the women's division that could bubble up that would be fucking interesting to watch is Weili Zhang moving up to flyweight and taking on Valentina Shevchenko. That would be hard. All right, we
All right.
gotta speed it up, bruh. We're running out of battery life.
I know.
Real quick, touch on this just real fast. Who are some of your favorite, especially since we started this channel and we're getting familiar with the space and everything like that? Who are some of your favorite MMA personalities and community members, whether it's from the YouTube space, picks and predictions, or just like fighters, other content, channels that maybe aren't
I'm just
based
gonna say
around
it's a UFC tracker.
betting or
It's a UFC
predictions?
tracker. That's my guy. Like
Who you fuck with?
I don't like.
Shouts out to
Obviously,
the UFC predictions tracker. Once again, if you're not familiar with them, they're a channel that takes all the picks and predictions from the odds makers, the Tapology community, and the
us.
YouTube predictions channel space. So we're talking about We Want Picks, MMA Guru, MMA Fortune Teller, all these guys, all the top channels, and
Bros Talk MMA.
Bros Talk MMA. They put us all together, tally up our picks for the night, and then
And watch me win. That's what they do.
show you who were the best pickers, who were the most profitable channels, all that shit. And also who were the bad ones and who were the least profitable. So that way you know who not to trust. So, I mean, shouts out to fucking UFC Predictions Tracker. If you're not fucking subscribed, make sure that you go to that channel. It's literally what I'm saying, UFC Predictions Tracker.
If you
Go to
don't
that
know,
channel
now
and
you know.
subscribe. Real shit.
So, you know what I mean? Obviously, I've watched some UFC channels. You know what I mean? I've watched MMA Guru. I've watched We Want Picks.
Shout out to We Want Picks.
I've watched MMA Fortune Teller. I mean, I respect all of them. Actually, the first MMA picks channel I ever watched was Lock of the Night, MMA Lock of the Night. And so like, channel solid, but like, I don't watch those to make my picks. I make my fucking picks on my shit.
Yeah,
And like, now
yeah.
I'm winning.
I'm just talking
You know what I
about
mean?
just in terms of like how you consume MMA content outside of what we do week to week and shit like that. You
I
know
don't. I consume my shit. I consume what I'm doing. I consume winning. I like to fucking win. That's what I'm doing.
All right, bro.
Like,
Okay, we get it, my G. We fucking get it. Chill it out. Chill it the fuck out. Yeah, shout outs Jacob and Angelo. We Want Picks. Shout outs Brendan and Santino and their channel. I'm a big fan of UFC fighter that actually came on this year. She hasn't done too well this year, but she's put on some pretty entertaining fights. Alice Ardeline, her fucking Instagram is fucking hilarious. If you haven't went and watched her Instagram, make sure you go check out Alice Ardeline from Romania. Check out her fucking her Instagram channel. If you like comedy, definitely MMA World, MMA Comedy. Those two channels are really dope for just like humorous MMA content. Nina Drama, me personally, I know she's probably not a favorite, but it's definitely nice to look at and provides a different style of interviewing these fighters, gets them to, be a little more funny, shit like that coming out of their shell. And Aljamain Sterling, I really enjoyed the weekly scraps and just like his vlogs in between and leading up to fights and just getting to know how he is kind of outside of the cage. I really dig on him. So salute to Aljamain and the whole, Sarah Longo team and, all of his fellow fighters and stuff like that.
cool. Let me explain something to y'all. This year, you're gonna get more effort.
Bro.
More fucking what?
Okay, yeah, you're right. My bad. My bad. My bad.
What the fuck?
My bad. I thought you were skipping ahead. My bad. Go ahead.
In this year, you're going to get more effort, more wins, more money. I'm going to be at a 70% win percentage this year.
70%, huh?
I thought you was over there.
Oh.
I'm going to be at a 70% win percentage. If you want to be a part of the winningest channel, my bad, I said that wrong. The most winning channel that's ever been and that ever will be, you're more than welcome to join or subscribe or be a part of it, whatever. If you don't, cool. I'm still going to win at 70% because I'm only getting better. I'm only being more beautiful. I'm only getting more motherfucking picks, more motherfucking money, more motherfucking subscribers. And
Shouts out to the subscribers.
go ahead, man. You interrupt my flow. I don't like it. Go ahead. What you
What?
gotta say? Go ahead. Say what you just say.
Finish. I just
No, I'm
shouted out the
done.
subscribers
I'm done.
one time.
Go ahead. I'm done. Go
I
ahead.
was piggybacking what you were saying.
I didn't want you to piggyback me. Go ahead. Say what you gotta say.
Weak-ass nigga. Well,
You got some more? Like, show me your
okay,
goals. Tell me
well,
your
if we're
goals.
talking about expectations for 2025, definitely you can expect more of these motherfucking live streams. So once again, shout outs to everybody that was in the chat. MMA Mystic, Goosetronics, my guy R Squared in the building. We got JR, Magnus Magnuson, who we have way up at the top here? Luke Casillo. Like, much love to all y'all for jumping in. Make sure that you follow all of these people's channels. And yeah, we're definitely gonna be doing more live streams, which means more Q&As. Definitely more interacting with y'all in the chat. And just discussions, because we are Bros Talk MMA. I know a majority of our content is focused around the UFC, but we are Bros Talk MMA. It'll probably be MMA, more specific to the UFC, but still, we got, we talked about PFL a little bit. We talked about GFL a little bit. We talked about Karate Combat a little bit, So hey, if it
Tell these people how you're gonna beat me.
if it's
That's what I wanna
exciting,
know.
if it's exciting, then we're gonna talk about it. In terms of goals for myself,
Yeah, that's what we want to hear. I want to hear that.
I'm shooting for a 70% pick percentage as well, which
Okay.
that's going to be interesting for you to have one because mine's is going to have to be higher than that in order to get my title back. So shit, it's going to be
True shit.
gonna be crazy out here, or you're about to fall drastically in this motherfucker. I'm not sure. One of the two is gonna happen.
This nigga said I'm a full.
Okay. 500 subs for the channel, which then with those subs and the watch hours and all that good shit will allow us to become monetized as a channel, which means more time spent diving into these fights, diving into these cards, making better, more refined and detailed picks, and predictions for these cards, which then equals higher win percentages. Everybody wins means you guys are making better bets, better parlays, and it just everybody wins around the board, and we get to focus on what we love to do here at Bros Talk MMA. Like to be honest, like this is the best thing going for me in my life right now. I've definitely had my fair share of personal battles this year and just unfortunate turn of events and stuff like that. But this I've even in things in life, like I have other aspirations and stuff like that. I do music, when professionally, I always go hard at whatever it is that I do, especially where I'm getting my money from. So this right here, to have no financial incentive and just to be doing it just strictly off the love of this sport and just making way in this community, like this has been a hell of a trip. I'm more excited than ever to keep it going and to see where it leads. And I can't thank y'all enough for viewing, every single person who's ever viewed this show. Every subscriber we have, even though it's just 50 right now, it could be 0. Nobody has to give a fuck. Nobody has to be watching this live right now. I can't thank y'all enough. So from bottom of my heart, Utica, on behalf of Bros Talk MMA, thank y'all for this past year. We did 42 events, 42 episodes, plus extra pieces of content. We're going to be going even harder than that this upcoming year. We wanted to end out the year with our first official live on the channel. We were having to do lives from my music YouTube, and Facebook and fucking Instagram and shit like that. But now we can actually do our lives right here on Bros Talk MMA. So I can't thank y'all enough. You got any? Excuse me, I didn't even start smoking yet. You got any parting words for the people? Besides that fucking rant you went on a little bit ago?
Yeah, you're right. I did go on a rant. Scoot this out.
Quit moving shit, man.
Move your feet.
Quit moving shit. Go ahead.
You fucking done? I'm the fucking greatest. No one has picked better than me. No one in the UFC community has beat me. What the fuck?
I don't know about all that, but go ahead.
It doesn't fucking matter if you know about that. Because I know. No one has beat me. No one has beat me at picks. No one's going to beat me at picks. I'm at 60 motherfucking percent. Plus percent.
No one's gonna beat you at fucking up our camera angle either. I can assure you that. You're the champion of that. Go ahead.
Go ahead, man.
No, go ahead.
No. I'm telling you right now. I'm fucking winning. What? Your camera angle? You feel so fucking sad about the camera angle?
That it?
No, I had a whole lot more, but you kept interrupting my shit.
I didn't interrupt anything.
You interrupted a lot of it.
You just are easily distracted.
No, go ahead. Say what you need to say.
I gave the people much love, y'all. See you in 2025. Utica, undeniably the illest cat around, a.k.a. Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick. Coming for the motherfucking title in 2025. Coming for the all-time title and never giving that motherfucker back. You see this face right here? Look at it. Oh, yeah, see? You know what? It's good that he got off the camera because you might as well not get comfortable with this face because this nigga ain't going to be champion or holding that title much longer. So it's good that you don't even see what he looks like because this is who you're going to have to start recognizing as the motherfucking champ, the GOAT.
All I'm fucking
the motherfucking parlay prince.
Never once. A couple times he had beat me in a couple different cards. But this entire year, 2025, it will never happen. I'm stepping in J's, walking my way down the motherfucking boulevard. Never once will you not see me with Ray-Bans on and a fitted hat on. Look at him in pink stripes. I'm coming through, I'm just hitting. Whatever. I'm good. That's all I got, man. That's all I got.
All right. Well, once again, y'all, this has been the first official live stream from your favorite MMA picks, predictions, and parlays MMA UFC channel, Bros Talk MMA. I'm your host, Utica, undeniably the illest cat around, a.k.a. Mr. Make This Pick Real Quick. I'm here with my bro host extraordinaire.
You know what it is. It's RayBuck. It's Chaco Jordan. It's Mr. Fucking Win the whole year. All year. The entire motherfucking year. 2024. What else could I do but make it mine?
He's got 1 day left, folks. Just remember all this energy. Let's see if he got this energy this time 2025. But once again, we appreciate all of you, all the support, all the views, all the comments, likes, and just interaction with us over this year. We look forward to building on that and bringing you even more picks, more wins, more money, and more content. But until next time, we'll see you in 2025. Happy New Year. And we'll be covering Amanda Hebos going up against Mackenzie Dern Part 2. January 11th, we'll have our 43rd episode and our first episode of 2025 out here soon. Stay on the lookout. Until then, like, subscribe, comment, and share. And we out.
Get bread with me or go to sleep.
Yeah, you got it. It's more than that, bro. Come on.